All right, we got a patch notes preview, and man, it's a good one. It's a good one. For whatever reason, they don't want us to show it to you in the video, but we can tell you everything it says. I don't really understand what that's about, so you're going to watch me do some runs while we talk about some of the things that are interesting to me. I don't know that I'll go over every single detail of the patch notes here. I would if I could show them. I feel like that would make a little bit more sense, but I don't want to sit here and have you watch me read them. So I'm just going to talk about some of the important ones. To me, the biggest thing is one of the things that I've been wanting for a while, and that is an update to the multi-battle system. Now, while your multi-battles are going, you can participate in Classic Arena, Advanced Arena, Brave Trial, and Guild Arena, or do the hero preview where you can check out someone's skills and animations and stuff. You can now do those things while multi-battle's going. That is huge. That is so good. That is so good. That is such a good time-saving addition. And I think it's going to increase the amount of participation in Arena, because I do a decent bit of Arena anyway. I try to. But there's a lot of times where I set my multi-battles, I'll start making the rounds to start doing things and then think, oh, I need to hit some Arena. Go to hit Arena and can't because my multi-battles are going. And that stops me from doing it a lot, because I'm like, well, I'm not going to cancel my multi-battle, so I'll just close the game and go do whatever I'm going to do. And now that you can do that, I think it's going to be really nice. I think we're going to see a little bit more action in Arena, which is dope. So this is like, again, one of the big things that as I've been playing the game and kind of thinking about what it needs, this was one of the biggest things on the list. A big props to them for hearing us. I know a few of us have brought it up to them. So, you know, we like to see that. We like to see them, you know, implementing ideas, whether they had it planned or whether they heard some of us say it and we're like, yeah, that's a good idea. Either way, it's a very positive addition to the game. So that's great. Let's see, what else we got? Integrated the hero crafting feature and the hero regression feature and renamed the craft building on the main city screen to train. I think that's pretty dope. I think they just kind of optimized that space a little bit. And we'll actually go back, when this run ends, we'll jump out and look at the building and see, kind of get an idea of like what's coming here. I've got to get a debuff, a dot debuffer. we're brute forcing our way through rum, and the runs aren't super slow, but like, we gotta get some dot damage. All right, it's on the... So they've renamed this building to the train building, and now it's also going to have the crafting and the regression are going to be built in here. The other day I was looking for regression, and I was like, where the hell is it? Right now it's just here. I think this is the only way to get to it. What they've done now is integrated it into this building, and this will now be the training building. So that's pretty cool. Another solid update, little space saver, a little bit more efficient. Optimize the display between heroes' exclusive skills and skills to show their relevance. I'm not exactly sure what that means, to be honest. Here, if you want to see someone's exclusive, you go here. I'm guessing... I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see exactly what that means. Added the display of the arena tier attribute bonus on the battle preparation screen. That's dope. Optimize the display of the hero selection on the battle prep screen. Great. Added... Let's see. Optimize the equipment's entry attributes of equipment pack purchased in the shop after adventurers have cleared all the campaign stages. Optimize the equipment's entry attributes of equipment pack purchased in the shop. I'm not entirely sure what that one means either. I'm guessing it's one of these, like maybe the pack, maybe the gear is different after you finish the campaign. I'm not real sure, to be honest. This is a pretty nice one. Adjusted the purchase limit of regression potion in the weekly pack, changing from 1 attempt to 2 attempts. Fine. Optimize the display of the hero attribute detail screen. That'll be cool to see, actually. Right now it looks like this. I'll be curious to see what the update's going to be. Optimize the weapon icon of the first aid set. I'm assuming, because right now it's that, and then I think the first aid set is the 2 little crosses. They may have just changed it to make it stand out a bit more, make it its own actual icon instead of one that's similar to the healing effect. Well, again, we'll just have to see. Let's see, display of remaining and sending and claiming attempts at friend screen. Added the display of the remaining sending and claiming attempts. Yeah, all right, I like that. The dialogue skip feature and campaign and space temple. That's usually a big complaint. I've even gotten a couple comments on this game of people that watched me play it in the first few videos and were like, thanks for saving me the effort of playing it because I've seen all the dialogue and don't want to deal with it. I personally don't think the dialogue is that bad as something like Awakened Chaos Era, where, boy, they like the lore in that game, which I'm not knocking them for it, but it's a lot of lore to not have a skip dialogue thing. So this one doesn't seem that bad to me, and it's pretty easy to click through. You can click through it pretty fast, but adding that is another great feature, so fine. Optimize the reminder logic when a quest is completed. Not exactly sure what that means. Fast tracking logic in the icons of adventurer rankings. Again, not real sure. Optimize some item icons. Optimize the logic of claiming rewards at milestone, adding quick claim to it. Sweet. So yeah, lots of good quality of life here. There lots of looks like we got some visual changes. We got a little bit more efficiency with the craft building. The huge multi-battle system update is just excellent. Huge. And then there are some hero buffs / nerfs coming. It looks like mostly buffs. I don't think there's any nerfs. There's solely Lutz, Anna, Aisha. Cool, I have her actually. Horus, Valentin, Gustav. That's it. It is a lot to go over. And I'll be honest, I'm not familiar. I'm moderately familiar with Valentin because I have him, and I'm moderately familiar with Aisha because I have her. I am planning on doing a video soon, like I did where we went and looked at every epic. I'm gonna do the Lego version of that video soon. So what I'll probably do is wait until this is live so that the champ changes are in effect. And then we'll do our going through and looking at every legendary video. And that way we can, we can just see what they do rather than me see what they do now and then have to make the adjustment to what they're going to do. You know what I mean? So that'll be coming soon. I'm sure another one of the guys will be going over the champ changes in more detail. If you're like, top tier in arena and you're paying more attention, maybe this stuff matters a bit more to you right at the moment. I'm gonna hold off looking at the champ changes and just take it all in when I look at all the Legos in a video in a few days. So other than that, lots of change. Some of these champs look like they're getting fully reworked. It does look like a lot, but again, I don't want to bother with that right now. So I'm sure Troll or Dan or somebody will cover all that. So that's it. Other than that, it's just a couple of details about the upcoming events. We know the summon event. You can check the event calendar. None of that's really news. They keep changing the specified hero type rate up event. So I'm not even sure. Here it currently says debuff, but I feel like it's been changed a couple times. So I don't know if that's final or not. I know a lot of this stuff is subject to change. I don't really know what would and what we've talked about anyway. I'm real excited about the multi-battle thing. That is going to be such a time saver for me. And it's going to let me do so much more arena than I currently do. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff. You think these are good changes? How do you feel about the multi-battle change? Anything else that you got an eye out for? Like, is there another big change that you were hoping for in an update that hasn't happened yet? I think that was the multi-battle one as far as like game mechanics and function, aside from champs. That was one of the biggest ones. I think another one might be some sort of addressing of the fodder issue. I've talked about this a little bit in a couple of videos. For example, I'm trying to get her from 3 awakened to 4, and it's going to cost me 5. I think that needs to be dialed back. For example, like right now, Space is not awakened, and it's going to take 2 to awaken her. I don't think that should be the case. I think it should take 1 to awaken her, and then whatever star ranking you're trying to get them to, that should be the corresponding number of champs. If that's the way they want to do it, it doesn't really make a lot of sense that they just kind of set you up to need 5 to get them to 4 and 5. I can't even remember now if you need 4 or 5 to get them to 5. But either way, I think it needs to be dialed back. You know, the fodder thing needs addressing. I don't know that I've fully thought through a solution, but I think that would be a step in the right direction for it. But anyway, let me know if you have any ideas for things that you were hoping to see sometime in the near future. They seem to be doing really well with the updates. They're making good updates. They're making a lot of champ changes. They're doing a lot of quality of life and optimization of the visuals. I'm very optimistic about the things that they're doing and the direction they seem to be heading in. So interested to know where you guys stand on all this. If you like this update, what else are you waiting for? And yeah, other than that, I reckon I'll get out of here. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time.